Hi there, this is Way with M.A.Y Therapy, and I wanted to share a little bit about this very interesting emotion that's probably common. You've experienced yourself and or you have had others experience it in front of you, which is anger. Anger is an interesting emotion because a lot of people might not know that it's actually a secondary emotion. And I love sharing that with people because if we recognize that it is a secondary emotion, we get to be able to consider what the primary emotions are that actually triggered anger. And we can get to the root and the heart of the issue and begin some healing and or some softening around that so that we don't have to cycle through angry, aggressive behaviors that might turn into abuse and really spur on a very negative, unhealthy, habitual pattern. So something I love to use as a metaphor with anger is I think of it like old school dynamite. You see the ones are in cartoons, like the big long sticks of TNT labeled with a little fuse coming out of it. And the dynamite, those long sticks, are what I consider when it's blowing up as anger. That is the expression of anger. But dynamite doesn't work by just blowing up naturally in its own way. It has to have a fuse that's lit, right? That burns until it hits the dynamite and then explodes. So that fuse is what we're looking at in regards to primary emotions, the initial triggers. And with my work from clients, I have found that two primary emotions are the main ones that fall into the category that trigger anger. It could be different for you, but for me, what I've found is they include pain and or fear. Whether an individual is afraid that they're going to lose something that they deeply care about, a fear of losing face and being embarrassed in a situation can also trigger anger. And pain can look like some kind of emotional pain where maybe we felt like it hit upon us insecurity that we felt very vulnerable around, and that pain can also trigger into anger. And the interesting thing with anger, if you are looking at that within yourself and or with others in your life that you've encountered, is it's a very big emotion. It goes outward, it pushes outward, it really wants to create a sense of space. And that makes sense in a very defensive mechanism, right? If someone or something is feeling small, fearful, or in pain, the lashing out of some kind of very large emotion and energy of anger gets people to go, whoa, okay, let me give you some space. Let me step back, right? I usually don't see the response where someone is blowing up in anger and, oh, let me go give you a hug. Let me lean in and cuddle with you, right? Anger is a very expressive emotion that makes people want to go, whoa, okay, let me avoid that. Let me walk around this, right? So if we are able to get to the primary emotion of pain and fear in that situation, pausing to ask ourselves, are they hurting from something? Are they afraid of something? What's going on? And we just allow that moment of curiosity to happen. It really can develop this softening, this real heart space of compassion that can really arise where maybe we're identifying a possibility of what they might be in pain or fear about that we can relate to or we can understand, and that empathy and compassion can come about. And that softening can be really beautiful where we can then offer support and healing, around that piece and around that situation versus reacting to the anger with, one strong fist and another strong fist, and we're just going to battle it out, right? That's usually the result of anger and the cycle of anger when it gets played out. So when we can take that moment to soften into the primary emotion, it can be this beautiful opportunity to offer a positive, supportive, healing benefit to yourself and the other in that situation, in that relationship. So I leave that with you today, and I hope that's of benefit for you to consider the next time you come across the emotion anger. If you'd like to work more with me or learn more, please visit mayfrogtherapy.com. I wish you well, wish you a wonderful, beautiful, bright day.